My name is Isabel Gomez, and I am the Director and Marketing Manager of the Federico Gomez Suarez Foundation. I'm pleased to introduce to you today our first interview of the series, in which we're going to get to know our community of Federico Gomez Suarez, starting by the first winner of the first scholarship, Federico Gomez Suarez. We're going to try to understand his motivation to apply for the scholarship, what is his career, what is he working on, what are the projects. So we're going to get a deep dive on Armando Ramirez, the first winner of the Federico Gomez Suarez Scholarship. So I'm very pleased to have Armando today with us. I'm going to introduce a little bit about his background. Armando Ramirez Cepeda is an academic excellent student. He's originally from Puebla, Mexico. He studies in Universidad de las Americas Puebla, or URLAP, and he is studying a degree of mechatronics engineering. He graduated with honors from the UPAEP Baccalaureate, obtaining 3 times the Cruz Forjada Award and the Dr. Abelardo Sanchez Gutierrez Award for the best average of his generation. Likewise, he was awarded a scholarship to participate in one of the largest entrepreneurship simulators in Mexico called Trep Camp in the 2021 edition in New York, where he had also the opportunity to have dinner with Maribeth Fisher, which is a partner activation manager of the Grace Children Foundation, which is a foundation that my brother worked closely with. So he got a chance to also get a first hand of the work done by Federico Gomez Suarez during his stay in New York. He also had the opportunity to take classes from the Harvard University. He's an active member of the Power Business School. He was currently awarded as well a scholarship by the DAT and the QVM recognition to be able to carry out a year of studies in the University of Applied Science in Bielefeld, Germany. So about his passion, Armando has a huge passion for technology, especially programming, innovating, and especially with entrepreneurship programs, and part of his goal has always been to help people around him. He was the first winner of the first edition of the Federico Gomez Suarez Scholarship. He earned this scholarship thanks to the project he developed called Prostheses based on a 3D bioprinting for patients born with Microtia. So this project aims to innovate in 3D printing technology to make it possible to use the biomaterials for the creation of prostheses compatible 100% with the human body, making them more accessible to the low-income children in Mexico. So this topic is very personal for him. He was really passionate when presenting this project, and that's why we decided to grant him and recognize him with the first edition of the scholarship of Federico Gomez Suarez. Since then, he has also been supporting the foundation in various events. He's actually the community manager of the Federico Gomez Foundation, and he has also been very helpful in spreading the word about the Federico Gomez Suarez values and ideology in many parts of the world. So welcome, Armando, to this first interview. We're very pleased to have you.
Hello, nice to meet you, Isabel. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming here to this interview. I am also very happy that finally we have this place, this moment that we can talk between us, just a good time having between you, the foundation, me also, and I'm also very happy to tell different things, my story, to everyone that can listen to this interview.
Thank you, Armando. So I'm very excited. So if you're okay with it, we'll start with the round of questions. Again, we're trying to understand your motivations, a little bit about your passions, also your career in tech. Where are you directing these efforts towards? So I will start with the first question. So this is more related to your personality. So I wonder, how do you manage the discomfort or sadness that an injustice around you can generate?
Well, first of all, I would say that I really try between my friends and my community that everyone could have the same opportunities. And whenever I see that there is a discomfort, there is an injustice around me, well, the first thing that I first try to do is to think about how can I solve the problem in the fastest time possible. Because I believe that people should for sure not feel and not being stressed, not being sad, not being angry about this kind of injustice. in a couple of hours, in a short moment. So I always try to think about the fastest solution to solve it. And then this next hours during the day, what I try to do is to think about how can my solution become even better, just to make sure that this injustice will not come later. The thing is, just try to prevent different situations that could happen in the future.
I love it because you really bring like your technological or engineer mindset to trying to solve a problem. So not only you are affected by the problem, but you also are trying to optimize the solution and actually prevent from it to happen again. So I really like your technical approach even to something that is more intangible, like an injustice. So I really enjoy seeing your engineering talent put into the service of the society. So I think
thank you. Actually, I'm always trying to use my engineering
I love that.
Thoughts and everything. Exactly.
That's a great way to envision how to tackle injustice. So moving on to our next question. So I'm wondering also, there are a lot of values that drive us, but I'm just wondering what is the most important value for you that best defines you, and how do you manage to apply that value in your daily life?
Okay, so since I have memory being in school, in high school, university, I have heard from my friends, from my family, that they describe me as a passionate person. And I really feel that passion in my life is one of the most important values, because it gives me very positive things during my daily life. And whenever I try, for example, to do something new, I just try to think about how this new skill will bring something positive in my life. So passion, for sure, I would say, is that value that describes me the most.
Great. And it's also good that you address this passion towards something positive, like, it's a passion that you use, or this energy you use it to try to find a problem. So
exactly what I'm trying to do is, let's say, talking about the technological part, I just remember that my father, he was always there telling me, okay, I can do this, I can show you this. He has never said to me, okay, I don't know how to solve this problem, I don't know, and I will not do anything. No, he always taught me, you know what, if you don't know how to solve something, just try to go slowly, step by step, and just
like dissect the problem like in tiny parts, right? Like sometimes
exactly
it's too big, but when we dissect it, it may be not so challenging. So I think that's great advice from your dad, actually.
Exactly. And I also believe that me as an engineer, we can bring solutions into reality. For example, using technology, it's always very important to know how can you use technology in order to help different communities, different people, and probably you just learn how to solve problems in different ways.
Right.
So that's why also passion brings me this ability to always go further away.
Absolutely. So now I want to get to know you a bit better from the academic standpoint. So I was wondering if you could tell us more about your experience within the student environment. What about your high school, college, whatever you feel like sharing today?
Sure. Well, talking about my student life, my experience being as a student, what I can tell you, let's go to high school, for example. When I used to study in UPAEP in Puebla, Mexico, and I always was trying to be one of the best students there. And as you described before, I won one of the best awards in UPAEP. It's called Abelardo Sanchez Gutierrez. This award was one of the best things during my life, because it actually, at the beginning, I didn't exactly know what happened, but whenever the rector of the University of UPAEP, he described why students achieved these kind of awards, well, then I knew that I had a super big responsibility with my community and also with myself. What else can I tell you? Well, right now I am in Germany. So talking about my student progress, here I got 2 different scholarships. One was from the AAD and the other was the QBM. So those different scholarships I got they gave me the possibility to stay here, to enjoy more, to learn more, and also to learn that if you are seeking for an opportunity, for sure there are opportunities that you can get if you are really a good student. So what I can recommend to people that probably will listen to this interview will be, you always need to feel happy that whenever you are doing good things in your student life, something very good will come.
Yeah, all this sacrifice and all this energy put together.
Exactly, all the hours.
You see the fruits afterwards. And I was the same. I also got all these awards, and I acknowledge that all that sacrifice, all the things you did not enjoy back then, in the future you'll see like it was worth it. So I'm glad that you're sharing that today with the viewers of this interview.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So I want to know a little bit more, like during all these years, what would you think there have been your most significant achievements?
Okay, my achievements. Well, first of all, I would say that having the Federico Gomez Suarez Scholarship and also this award for me has given me a lot of things. And I also believe that I can prove myself, I can test myself in the technological part, and how can I use all my knowledge in order to help different communities, in order to help other students to learn more. So one of them for sure has been here, and also having this t-shirt, having this logo makes me so happy.
It's so meaningful, I know.
It's so meaningful, exactly. The second will be, I really love to play basketball. So what I can say is, when I was in high school, I was playing for the UPAEP's basketball team, and I would say I was very happy I'm very happy right now to say that we won the championship twice. So it's not always talking about the student life and
but it's great because you also have this team efforts, this kind of experience, I think, bonding with people and getting that award or the recognition as a team. I think that's also very important for your life.
Yeah, sport gives you the opportunity to learn and also discipline to have discipline in your life, and that's very important.
Absolutely.
The third one, well, there are different ones that I could say right now, but in my case right now I am doing my internship here in Bielefeld, and for me it was also very important because I'm testing my knowledge, I'm testing my skills, everything that I've learned in the university in Mexico. Now I am applying all that knowledge.
Absolutely, the technology applied, I mean, the theoretical knowledge, and I think there is a challenge, right? And it's very interesting I'm glad to hear you're going through that right now, that phase.
And I know after all this this path that I tried to get an internship here, sometimes it's a little bit difficult, and that's why I would say it's one of my biggest achievements in my life. It's whenever you try to get an opportunity abroad, sometimes for us it's a little bit difficult, but
absolutely,
I can say that it's possible and dreams become true.
It's great to hear, also to encourage the people, even if it looks very far away or this dream very hard to accomplish. Here's an example that with hard work and commitment and passion, you can get there. So I think this is a great achievement you've managed to accomplish.
Exactly.
So talking more about this internship and how you foresee yourself, like, do you have any areas of a specialization that you would like to devote yourself to?
Well, right now I would say that I have a bigger idea what I would like to do, but not exactly the I can tell you, yes, I would like to just go directly to 3D printing or Prostheses. What I would like to go mainly, can say I'm 90%, 85% sure, is to develop even more my project, the one that I created for the Federico Gomez Suarez Scholarship. And it's also, as you said before, for me, it's a very personal project.
It is.
I have been doing this since all my life, and I know different things that probably people cannot dimension right now. But yeah, one of them will be specializing in 3D bioprinting.
Oh, that's great. And I know.
But also, I'm open to the idea of going to other companies because, you know, engineering and technology, it's a big,
it opens a whole world of opportunities. So
whole world.
Amazing. At the end of the day, it's all about solving problems. Okay, and there's so many that tech can help. So I think you're in a great path. So now now you told me all about your academic performance, that you have been awarded several scholarships. So you also mentioned that you have been, you were part of this entrepreneurship simulator in New York. I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit more about this experience.
Sure. So I went to New York for an entrepreneurship simulator, and what I did there, I developed with my team. My teammates were from different countries. We had also from Brazil, a girl from Colombia. We were also Mexican people, and we developed a project called Swipe. So mainly students that were seeking for an opportunity, not only in Mexico, also abroad, like internships, like jobs, could make this through our app. And in this simulator, well, we didn't win, but we got a lot of knowledge, a lot of how to do your own startup. And I also personally got the opportunity to talk with different investors and to make connections, because connections are very important right now in life.
Sounds like a great opportunity, and also a good advice for people like to attend this kind of events, to learn how to sell an idea, pitch presentation, all these skills you developed through this experience. So I think it's also good to hear for the audience, like to understand that these opportunities can also open potential new opportunities.
Exactly.
So I think that's great.
Thank you very much. And also to know that probably the solution could be there. We were thinking, okay, probably there are other solutions for the same problem, other solutions in the market right now. But what can I bring into the table?
Exactly. How do we add value? How can we optimize what's already out there? You know, like.
Exactly.
I like that approach. Now I would like from people to hear from you a little bit more about how you got in touch with the scholarship. Like, how did you find out about the foundation, Federico Gomez Suarez? What encouraged you to apply for the scholarship? If you can tell us a little bit about your experience with the scholarship.
Yeah, for sure. So in 2021, I got the opportunity because it's a huge story, but one of the professors in the university in UTLA sent me an email because I asked for different opportunities. I knew that I wanted to go abroad. I knew that I wanted to come here to Germany, and I asked for different opportunities, probably a scholarship, probably a hackathon, different events that could give me the opportunity. And I received an email with information of different companies, different foundations in this case, and I saw Federico Gomez Suarez Foundation. I read a little bit about the background of the foundation, and then I said, okay, probably these opportunities for me. Probably life is bringing me, is giving me the sign of you should apply for it, because I don't know any foundation that is related or it's relating technology with helping social causes. So I really enjoyed my time doing my essay, and when I saw that I also could bring my project into reality,
Mm,
that's the moment when I said, okay, I should
it's for
put
me.
all my effort. I should work every single day, a lot of hours until the last day came. So I sent my essay to the foundation, and well, all the process came.
Yeah, this is a great story, and as you said, this foundation differentiates itself as we're trying to connect technology, but put it in service to society.
Yeah.
So that's why we make students to come up with an essay, so we can see what are the ideas to improve society through our technology that you can apply. So, can you tell me more about why did you choose this topic? If you can tell a little bit more about your essay and what topic you discuss and why you chose that topic for the essay for the foundation.
Sure. Well, my topic is about 3D bioprinting, how to develop low-cost processes for people who were born with Microtia. And mainly, I wanted to create this kind of project where it's related to my life, because as so many people know, I was born with Microtia, and I know how those people like that live. And for me, for some personally, is one of my biggest projects in life, because I know that I can help with my knowledge and technology to other children. Yeah. And that's why, for example, I was very happy to create this project for the foundation, because I know that the foundation is trying to help also children.
Yeah.
So yeah, the motivation was mainly from my personal life, and I am very happy here to be in front of you, telling you that during my whole life I have had different opportunities thanks to all the effort that my family made in so many years ago. And now I'm ready to use all the knowledge and my experience to develop this kind of 3D bioprinting processes.
Thank you, Armando. And as you said, I think what motivated you is a perfect fit for what the foundation is trying to accomplish. So right now it's more an idea, but I was wondering, how do you imagine this project going in 10 years? Like, where do you see yourself with this project in 10 years?
Well, first of all, I would say that, in my opinion, the person in this case needs to be a professional. Mm-hmm. You need to learn step by step how to develop this kind of, for example, this kind of processes. So what I'm doing right now is in my internship, I'm trying to learn even more about 3D printing. And also, you need to accept that you have the experience, you have the knowledge, and then you can bring something new to the market and something new to help more people. So what I'm thinking that my project will be in 10 years, I hope that it's going to be a good startup, probably a good company. In 10 years, I would say a small, medium company. But what I would like to do is to help Mexico, mainly Mexico. These communities that probably families don't have the possibility in financial terms, right, to go, let's say, to another country to get the prostheses, or even to bring this kind of technology to Mexico. I love my country, and I am very proud of saying that a Mexican engineer wants to help his country. So I also think that in 10 years, the technology will change. Yeah. Technology will improve.
Will advance, absolutely.
And I will learn a lot from that.
That's great. And you know what I love about your project is customization, or what you're trying to bring to personalization of the 3D bioprinting. So especially that you're trying to make it affordable for people with low income in Mexico. So I think the value you're bringing to a table is very, very important.
Exactly. So, and probably because sometimes families don't get the information. So what I'm also trying to do with my project is give the information to people that don't know that there are different ways, there are different operations, let's say.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know that the foundation, I mean, it's very important that people know that not only we grant the scholarships, but we want to accompany people like you trying to come up with these projects and materialize them and launch it to the market. So I'm hoping that we continue to see this progress in the 10 years, and you also feel like the foundation can help you out during
thank
these
you very
phases.
much. I feel happy to know that. And I would like to just add that in 10 years, I would like that my project gives the opportunity to children and also their families, their parents, to feel happy, to feel secure, to just accept yourself, even though in the way that you were born doesn't matter.
Yes.
Because probably children are suffering from different things, bullying or different moments in life. And what I'm trying to see with my project is to let them know that they can accept themselves by who they are, and that they can bring even more things to the world.
Absolutely.
If they put a lot of effort.
In that, like you use that difference to be your driver, right? To be your passion, so you can help other people that are born like you. So I think that's a very important message also to put across today in today's interview, because I think it's beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, self acceptance is very important.
Exactly, absolutely. And I was wondering, because we thought your project was a perfect fit for the foundation, but what about you? What do you think the foundation is a good fit for you? You know, how do you identify yourself with it?
Okay, so how do I identify myself with the foundations? I would say, okay, probably I identify myself with the foundation since Federico Gomez. I already know information, and I have heard different stories since we were talking between us. Every time I heard that he was a good student, he used to help a lot of people. That's one of the things that I really I feel related to the foundation, helping people. Second of all, I would say helping especially children, because I know that sometimes life is difficult, and even though you have few opportunities in life, whenever you help children in young ages, I would say you give them even another way of thinking.
Right.
So I relate especially with the foundation because of this.
I love that, absolutely. And especially, as my brother used to say, like, they are the future. Like, if you make sure, and he called it defend happiness from different aspects. It could be health, it could be love, of course, healthcare, education. Like, if a child is well protected in their early ages, then they will most likely be proactive adults that will shape the future of society. So I think in that sense, we are pretty much aligned in what you want to achieve as an individual. So I am trying to link that with the values. You share your value more around the passion. I also shared the values of my brother when he wrote in his journal. I was wondering, of the 6 values we mentioned, like humility, dedication, oriented results, self-sufficiency, generosity, and motivation, if there is one of these values my brother had that is the foundation pillars, is there one that you identify yourself most, and why? Or the 3, whatever you want to share, how many, or which ones you think are more relevant to you?
Well, I would say we were talking about how he used to be in his pillars. And I remember that there is this story when people said, okay, he has a passion to just every time search how to help even more people, not staying only in your circle, so going even further away.
For him, he was a scale up, like the solution scale, make it bigger, reach more, add more people. Like, how do we grow this? Was one of his drivers.
Exactly. The dedication, I remember that there are different values inside the foundation, and dedication is one of them. Being hardworking student.
Right.
And I know that Federico, right? He was very hard.
Absolutely, yes.
Also, I would say oriented results. I have been using my time to always have results. Because, okay, let's say that you are always learning and studying, but what about whenever you can do even more? What about whenever you use everything you study, everything you learn, but now for doing something? So you need to have results, and that's one of the things that I realized myself with the foundation. Also, the last one will say will be self-sufficient sufficiency, because I will say that in my life I have been learning things by myself. And I also know that Federico used to do that by himself.
Yes.
And he was always looking, okay, how now I have free time, what else can I do? Okay, now let's probably do another sport. And I also know that he used to like mountains.
Yes.
So I'm relating also to that, because I like the view that you can get from the toughest part.
Yeah, and all the sacrifice to get there, right? So that's definitely, I'll also share some of these values, so it's nice to hear them from you. So now that we're coming to the end of this interview, I wanted to ask you, like, now that you're part of the Federico Gomez Suarez Foundation as the first winner and also community manager of the Federico Gomez Suarez Network, what initiatives would you like to support, or what are you creating on your own to grow this movement?
Okay, so what I have in mind, because being here in Germany gave me the opportunity of having a more open mind and different ideas. So I would like first to say making a bigger community, spreading the word during, let's say, first between my friends, between my university, then between my city, and going even more to more cities, helping the foundation to become bigger. Why? Because I think that people, they deserve to know that there was a person that used his passion, his knowledge, and his all his time for helping people. So I really believe that in life you should honor those kind of people. So in this case, one of my initiatives will be to support the foundation in all the events, as I really like to spread the word, and also helping the foundation to become bigger and bigger and bigger. And
we appreciate that very much, all your support and the passion they're putting also to grow this movement and spread the word, as you said, because I think it's a very nice thing to share, that you can use your talent to do good, to make a difference. So that's why I'm very excited to have you on board and use your amazing energy to help us support this foundation objectives and grow the tribute to my brother, but also to grow his job and his work and the legacy he left behind, right?
Exactly. Whenever you know that you represent a person that really developed a lot of projects, you know that you need to be very professional.
Right.
And at some point, you just want to follow his steps. So I'm just trying to do that. And yeah, just my passion, as the same as him.
So love that, to hear that. So thank you very much. I loved everything you shared today. You've certainly put a lot of effort to get your own chance, to grow a career path for yourself. So I was wondering, before we wrap up this interview, is there something else you want to share or announce in this interview?
Well, I would say that I just want to say thank you to all my friends, my family, using this time, this space that people will listen to this interview, to tell everyone that I'm very grateful with my family, with my friends that always helped me, supported me, but also I'm very grateful with the foundation. And yeah, I would say just always do the effort to go further away, to help people, because that's very important nowadays. And be happy to do projects in order to get new results, new ideas. Because sometimes we will always do the traditional things, but what about if there is another way to solve a problem?
Absolutely.
And I just would like to say that to the people that will listen to this interview.
That's great. It's not about reinventing the wheel, but how do we optimize? How can we contribute that value? So I love that approach. It's exactly my brother's way of thinking. So I'm very excited to have you in as being part of our community. So now it's time to start to say goodbye. I really thank people for joining us today, like watching this interview. Hopefully you find it inspirational, and also you're willing to reach out to us. So we leave here our contacts in social media, and we also keep you posted about upcoming events. So thank you very much for your attention, and we'll be in touch soon.
And thank you very much, Isabel,
thank you, Armando,
for this interview.
You too. Thank you for your time and for being so supportive with the foundation.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
You too.